Hi, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Cake Karabo. I hope you're good, I hope you're peachy, I hope you're stellar, and I hope you're in a neat little bunch. If you're not, welcome to the party. Is that just not the story of our lives? Why is my phone glitching and twitching on me? Perhaps I should switch off the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Okay. So I am... yeah, whatever. Let's just get straight into this message. What? Everything. Oh goodness, whoa. So today is the 26th of October 2024, and the topic in question is Sibotoke despite being respected. Okay, let's get straight into this discussion. Am I content with my hair the way that it is? Alrighty. I am okay. Let's just. I'm severely attacked. There is a death spell in operation, a couple of them coming from a myriad of places. And one of these places is the guy in America. And then there's Crancat, what are you doing? The guy in America, and then there's just a couple of Dibotos from around these streets from South Africa. Okay. Shoo, I am out of it. Like, demonic abuse and demonic attack. Mamelang, alright? Not only are there death spells in operation, but also spells where people are trying to make me feel like I'm missing out on something. Like it's something that they've been doing all this time. But the death spells, the main prerogative behind them is essentially flight. It's flight. It's people trying to disprove the veracity of the prophecies by neutralizing me, and I've been talking about that, which is why I don't even want to be here. I don't even want to be here to talk. People are trying to make me die by any means necessary. I have already... look, I'm so tired of repeating myself, but I shall. Anyway. So, you know when a person is kind of irrelevant, but they work like a dog to make themselves look good. How can I describe? Like, I'm so tired. I don't even know where to tackle this topic. I just need energy. God, please, like, help me. Okay, so there is something missing. I knew it. My septum. Yeah, I always hide it in my nose because I just like it there. Whatever. Okay, cool. Now that it's out, maybe we'll be peachy. Guys. Okay. I'll tell you, actually. When I was working at MTN, because I don't even know how to tackle this. When I was working at MTN, there was this chick in marketing. She didn't know me from, well, we knew each other by name, but she was aloof, she was weird, like, you know, very typical. The way that black girls can be so typical in being mean to each other for no other reason than the fact that they're spawning, they're competing, they're doing whatever. And so they're just mean-spirited. So I never really got to be friends with this chick, okay? Yo, these guys that want to be women. Anyway, whatever. So this chick, her weird attitude towards me, I let it go because for me it was like, you can't force friendship on someone. But it turns out that the reason why she was giving me all that attitude was because she was competitive and jealous. Because as the years would progress from the date of me meeting her, she would then start harassing me with a slew of witchcraft. She didn't even work for my department. She was very distant, very far. She was there in marketing. I was a project manager there elsewhere. But this chick wanted my attention. Like, you know, when you know a person enough to greet when you see them somewhere, but they walk right by you and don't greet, they evidence that they are not interested in being cordial, they're competing. This chick was like that. We had officially met. I knew her name, she knew mine, we'd handshaked, we'd had conversations, we'd spoken before, but she would just walk right by me and deliberately act in a way so as to suggest that don't even bother to greet because I'm not going to greet back. Or if I greeted her, she would very uncomfortably be like, hi, back. So I just left her alone, right? She was like that, one of those. This woman, I met her in 2010 during the World Cup in the group hosting program of MTN, but she would still be working for MTN just as I would be too. 10 years, not 10 years, but 2-3 years later. Okay. 2-3 years later, she was still there because I lost everything in 2014 and the World Cup was in 2010. So 2-3 years later, she was still there, and so was I. Okay, very well. The whole time she was weird, she was aloof, she was cold, and I just let it go. I let it go because you can't force friendship on someone, or even cordiality. You can't force it. But this chick, she made it a determination, her life's mission, to essentially make me look at her. So she was obviously looking at me a particular way from already the time that we met. And that's the reason why she was giving me that attitude. She was competitive. Okay, whatever. Right? But then somewhere along the way, people teach themselves witchcraft, and it's not enough to just merely walk right by your rival and feel some kind of way but not be able to do anything about it. So this woman made, because I left her alone, she refused to greet me back, or she would act in a way so as to suggest that she does not want me talking to her when I would walk past her by Ukzibisa, like basically facing another direction, to basically make it clear that don't even greet. She used to do stuff like that. And so because she used to do stuff like that, I stopped greeting. Hey Batu, what's going on over there? Yeah, I stopped greeting and I just left her alone because, like I said, you can't force friendship on a person. Okay, very well. With that being a whole thing, it was left, but it wasn't enough. I'm very flat right now. I'm barely making it. Like I'm under so much attack. It's just I'm basically being petitioned for death right now. Okay, like this is what a suicide spell feels like in my body, with the plethora of other things that come with it, and I'm here to just explain that I'm very, very, very out of it. Anyway, let's just continue to tell you this chick's like bad rap. That was her with all that crazy activity. Years later, it was not enough for her to merely just walk around me with me having accepted. You see, that's the thing about a person that gives you attitude, that you tried with, but that was not interested in your tries. Did I apologize for my creased t-shirt? Like, I don't care about anything. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, this chick, when you tried to foster a friendship, a relationship with someone, and this person, when you try to foster a relationship with someone and this person then acts aloof and you let them go, you basically give them what they asked for, right? You give them, yo, what's going on? You give them what they ask for. And so therefore you would imagine they would just leave you alone, right? You imagine they would just leave you alone because, I mean, clearly you don't want anything to do with me. But when then they get irritated that you are no longer trying, when they get basically despondent and upset that, why aren't you trying to greet me now anymore? Well, I mean, you made it clear that you don't want me to. Why aren't you trying to be friends with me? Why do you also walk right past me now, just aloof? Why do you do that now, you know? Because, I mean, at some point it appeared no longer my friendship. And now you just don't care. Like, yeah. And when they encounter you in that space, they then start to become ridiculous, evidencing that all along they've been looking at you. They have never really been truly decided in their activity to actually have nothing to do with you. They just wanted you to basically worship at their feet, trip around at their toes, while they are aloof towards you, disinterested, kind of mean-spirited. They just wanted to continue to drag you along in this weird one-sided friendship where you're putting in all the work. And you see this activity with the way that they go out of their way. I don't even know where my train of thought is. My cat's distracting me and I can't have the distractions. I'm not well today. I am just not okay. Like, I'm not well. What is going on? Whatever. Okay. Yes, when then a person goes out of their way to make you feel like you're missing out on something or whatever, you're like, ish, where's again? Yeah, unfortunately, this world, like, I feel like, you know, life would be a little bit easier if nothing existed, like, as in there was no God, and so therefore no demons. And so therefore no witchcraft, like just to be born and then to die, because the striving is just, yes, like it, I mean, it pays off in the end to choose God, but what hell you have to go through to get there. You just have to go through these crazy people that have got these hearts that are deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. You just have to go through these. Like, yo, guys, these people, they meet with witchcraft, they find out about witchcraft, and they just, yes, like it. But as the Bible says that the human heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, who can know it? That there is no one who does good, no, not one, for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. That, yo, wickedness in the heart of man is a snare. Like, people, yes, like it. But you know, witchcraft is disquieting because it promises witches this veil of anonymity, and that's why it's so much more abundantly done than regular crime. A lot of people want to be believed as good guys and good girls. They want the world to think of them as great people. So they don't quickly run to steal at the grocery store. They don't quickly run to kill. a person with an actual smoking gun over their bodies. They're not fast. But as soon as they find out about witchcraft, you will then see just how evil human beings can get. Which is the reason why, let me just put this out there again, I freaking hate witches. Like, I am not even trying to lie. Like, what I'm feeling in my body right now, no murderer can achieve that. There is no man or woman that can come here with a gun to my head and threaten to kill me if I don't do ABC, that can ever achieve a body that is basically just going through life. Like, no physical murderer rocking up with a gun can make me feel listless. They cannot induce a severe, inconsolable depression in me, no matter what I try to do. They cannot induce body aches, body fatigue in their victims. They cannot induce a sense of foreboding, like just a spirit of macabre, like a sense of death, like just a deep, ominous sense of death that's just hovering, like horror, you know, just a lot of fear that you can't shake it. They cannot despair an unyielding, they cannot invest in me an unyielding despair that does not leave no matter what I try to do. A murderer that rocks up and threatens to shoot me if I don't do ABC can induce fear. They can induce trauma because of their behavior. But as soon as you basically eradicate the threat and walk away, if he gets apprehended, it is possible to recover. It is possible to be met with relief. It is possible to be joyful again. It's possible to smile the next day. It is possible for you to essentially feel better than you did in the moment of being accosted, castigated on the side of the street by a killer that attempted to kill you if you don't do ABC. It's possible. But with witchcraft, when it's in operation, the feelings that are trying to get you to die will linger even after the threat has dissipated. Your body will just be flat on the ground. You will be despaired. You will be scared for 24 hours ceaselessly. Your heart will be palpitating. You will have basically invested in you real emotions that don't freaking belong to you. You will be made genuinely scared. And you know what, guys? Yes, like, I hate witches. You have no idea. Like, you invest sentiment in people, you invest emotions, you actually wear them out, and there is no way that witchcraft can ever operate without exhausting a person, without making them walk slowly and struggle to basically the world being dazed around them. When there's a slew of witchcraft attacks, it's like you're underwater and there's a lot of pressure on your ears pressing down, making it hard for you to hear everything audibly. It's like listening to people's voices talking when you are underwater. Everything is just a daze. They put people in that freaking spot, and for hours. And if these people do not know God and pray, and so break through out of it, if they don't have experience with spiritual war, in the heat of this, in the center of this, they will grab a noose and kill themselves because they will feel overwhelmed by whatever just overtook them overnight. Yesterday I spoke about spells that are cast on a person to cause them to suddenly commit suicide. They look like what's going on with me right now, where you just get overwhelmed by a sense of foreboding. You just get taken over by essentially malevolent spirits that are trying to force you to do certain things, and they have got power to achieve an exquisite despair a deep melancholy, a sense of foreboding, like just basically a hopelessness that is unshatterable. You will feel like there is no way out and nothing comforts you. Nothing. This is temporary. But not everybody knows that. So because of the difficulty of people to figure out what this is, a lot of people just die in this state. People just die. So guys, when I say I hate Nyabazonda Labantu, yo guys, I hate them. Like you don't understand. I hate them. I feel nothing. If one of them were to be rolled over by a car, and they would, as the car is riding over them, just have a hand break off and a leg break off and their skull get crushed, I would just sit here and watch and feel satisfaction. Like, you don't understand. I hate them. And the reason I despise them like this is because they've done this to me for a decade. First and foremost, I am a victim. But more than anything, they have killed people's people. They kill so easily, and sometimes it's unintentional. It's culpable homicide. The intention is not to kill, but just to make some silly decision to cause someone or cause someone to not get a job all of a sudden, like to not get promoted, to miss out on the opportunity, to not get a tender. Sometimes it's other stuff. It's to make them like you, gangane, korobela. But you don't understand that these spirits are malevolent. Entities, fallen angels, demons, the like, are going to hell. They are eternally condemned. There is therefore no good emotion that can ever accompany somebody that is that bitter. So even if it's freaking korobela, it will come with a sense of foreboding. It'll feel sticky. It'll feel like you are trapped. It'll just feel wrong, man. You will feel like you are incarcerated, and you will also feel imprisoned to feelings that you have for someone that you can tell. Angimthandi lo muntu. The guy in America was like that. I would listen to him talk with his flat freaking personality over FaceTime. Not FaceTime, but Facebook video call. And even though I had feelings, I just looked at this guy and I was like, Lenja, lekisebot, what am I doing here? Like, at the back of my mind, I just knew, but I was incarcerated by feelings that were given me by a person. So even when it's a love spell, it still comes with that despair, with trap. It feels like an entrapment. It feels like you can't escape. It does not feel right. So I could only imagine what in the world women who end up married to these freaks feel. You just keep, my ex-boyfriend used to keep reeling me back in with Begamina Pella and bring back lost lover. Every time I would break up with him, yes, like it. Every single time when I was newly restored to him in a relationship, I just knew that I did not want to be there. I'd be like, what am I doing here? I'd be like, what am I doing here? I was done. I was done. Why am I back in this relationship? Can't understand why I'm somewhere where I don't want to be. I mean, when you are given a life imprisonment term, you will be in a severity of despair. You will be suffering if you stay in that situation from Stockholm Syndrome. You'll just be suffering from incarceration, but unable to get out. I hate them enough to kill. Like, I properly do. Nyabazonda. I said the other day, these men with their korobela badlala. I told them that I understand how it is that Cindy Manchela killed Flava. I get it. I told them, ngathi mina, if I ended up ninja etakatayo ngizombulala alele. I would wait for him to sleep. I would plan it. It would be premeditated. It would not be something that would make me snap. The moment I would find out ukuthi lenja le engichatile iyathakatha ngingambulala kibatloile. You don't understand. Like, it's probably even maybe risking my spiritual state. The way ngibazonda ngakhona anginandaba nabo noma bangashona violently. You know what? It's so bad that I fantasize about their violent death. You don't understand. I hate witches. Anyway, this woman from MTN decided nje ukuthi me letting her go because she evidenced that she didn't want to be my friend. She decided that she's gonna be Beyonce and I'm gonna be a doting fan. I'm gonna be a frenzied, crazy, hyperventilating freaking fan. I sure like I need to go pee. I need the bathroom. I'm back. Yeah, this chick, she made a decision that I'm gonna be a frenetic, frenzied fan to the Beyonce that she was. Oh, goodness gracious. That I was gonna be a big, fat, chunky fan to the Beyonce that she was. Fan. She made a decision that I am going to essentially salivate and grunt at her feet, look at her like, ah, let's say her name was Tshegofatso. Oh my goodness, Tshegofatso is so pretty. I wish I was more like Tshegofatso. Tshegofatso can do nothing wrong. She's so smart. Oh my goodness, look at Tshegofatso's hair today. Tshegofatso cut her hair, now it's a bob. Oh, it looks so cute. I like the way that Tshegofatso has done her makeup. Oh wow, Tshegofatso is so well spoken. She's so hardworking. My goodness, Tshegofatso is just such a great lady. Hi Tshego. Nice to see you today. How are you? Yo, guys, wait again. I'm freaking sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. I am damn sorry. Like, I am sorry. I got a dream, ne? Of lenjale yecheri na Karabo sizakele Hlongwane, please go back blomeng. Guys, can't wait. Like, let's just relax, okay? Let's take a breath. Nje, just hang on. I had a dream of this filthy-ish. I had a dream of this ugly, horrific, crazy woman. She used to drive a white VW of sorts, like a Polo or something. I don't know if you've seen the movie The Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, The Devil Wears Prada. That's actually the one. You know how the young lady there, what's Okimang Anne? I stand corrected. I forgot her name. Anne, is it Anne Hathaway? I stand corrected. Whatever, that chick. She is at the mercy, beck and call, grunting. Basically, like, she's just up and down, like a very mean boss. Like a very mean boss. She's always at her tail. She's always running behind this woman who's just walking. And she's always all flustered and at her mercy, checking everything to make sure that her I's are dotted and her T's are crossed, in order to satiate her Prada-wearing devil boss. Basically be like being an assistant to someone that you can never really satisfy, but you look up to them. They are your role model. They are who you want to be one day. They are everything that you are working towards. And so therefore, there's nothing rude that they can ever say to you that will make you door slam them. You'll never walk away from them. You'll never quit your job. You will just always be salivating after grunting, running around, chasing. You will always just be running around chasing this woman because she's your dream job. She is editor-in-chief, and one day you want to be her. So everybody gotta start somewhere, right? And so because now you're beneath this woman, but however aspiring to get to her level, you then, you then do whatever it takes for you to finally be there, including taking a lot of rubbish from her, like a lot of attitude, lot of, are you gonna wear that today? Lot of, don't talk to me, are you talking? Get out of my office, don't you see I'm busy? A lot of attitude, a lot of cold front. You just take it because she's your star. Yes, like it. This worthless woman made a decision that after even though I did try to foster a friendship now, she made a decision that I'm gonna be like, I think it's Anne Hathaway, but I stand corrected, that I'm gonna be like the young lady in the movie The Devil Wears Prada. Ish, yo. She made a decision that I'm gonna be like the assistant of the lady, basically the woman who is, what's her name, Meryl Streep or whatever. I stand corrected again, I forget their names. That I'm going to be that, like, puppy-eyed and panting outside of Pupilo of a woman like that. But to her, this chick was my junior professionally. But she wanted me to salivate after her and be like, oh, who's that? Basically, from a distance. What the heck? You've got freaking money to waste, you idiot. You've got money to waste. I mean, it just shows just how worthless witchcraft is. Like, there are people who go and they cast a Korobela spell in order to make a woman theirs gangan. What do you get after that? A girlfriend you did not deserve. A wife you didn't deserve. There are people who cast spells to get a promotion that they don't deserve. So what do you get? A job you don't deserve. Here now that you've been promoted from one job to another. You cast a spell to put things in favor of you so you win the tender. So what do you have? A contract that's going to last 3 years from the government where you're going to be building streets or whatever. There is something you got out of it, but so you can see how evil people are and how worthless they can get. Sometimes they cause dumb spells where they get nothing. They just pay to be worshipped. They go to a sangoma and part ways with I don't know how much money. This chick did not come at my career. This chick did not come at anything that would be viable or visible to the naked eye to see. All she wanted was for me to think she's a freaking superstar. All she wanted was for me to think that she is my hero. She just wanted me to get to a point where I'm like, oh, Tsegofatso, you're my role model. One day when I grow up, I want to be like you. Yo, first and foremost, Cherry Enna, I was older than her. She was born in 1987. I was born in 1984. So I was 3 years older than her. I was also her senior professionally. I was a level 3 professionally, while she was a level 2 at MTN. She was a contractor, seasonally even unemployed in patches. When I met her while I was a permanent employee, and every so often she would talk to me about opportunities in the business where she can get placed. And then one day she gets a permanent job at MTN and decides that I'm going to be her fan. That I'm going to be her fan. That I'm going to be her psycho fan. Like, you're not getting anything. You're not getting anything out of that witchcraft except just worship. Like, all you're getting is somebody always just looking at you on some, you're so amazing. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have you as a role model. I'm gonna sweep my hair to the right. Get the bangs you got, cause you're lovely. This chick wanted me to do that. She wanted me to just basically salivate after her every time I get mona. Because, oh, she's so pretty in comparison to me. I could not understand what I was seeing in my dreams. But one day I was just bombarded night after night, back to back, by dreams where I was following this chick around the way that the assistant in the movie The Devil Wears Prada follows her boss to her car, tripping Kinsekewa, dropping files and being like, oh, I'm so sorry. The files of which were hers, like the pampiriza haye, because I was so clumsy in my dream. I was chasing and running after her while she was walking as a diva, and I would drop her papers, they would fly around. I would be like, I'm sorry, I'm coming. I would then go and fetch the papers and be like, I picked them up, they're clean, look, they're not dirty. Here. Basically, I was carrying, guys. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. Like, I hate you. Like, I hate witches. Like, you don't understand. Yeah, but I hate them. I hate them with a fever, and I don't care if they all die in like one sitting, like in a plane crash or in some kind of a freak accident. Like, I would breathe a sigh of freaking relief. I hate them. This chick. Oh, yeah. Like, they do stuff like that, yo. Like, what the heck, yo? Like, how much money did you pay a Sangoma to achieve that? I was chasing after her. I was carrying her laptop bag while she was just walking like a diva. To her car, putting the laptop bag in the boot, her files in the back seat. Like, basically me offering to just, let me help you with that, girl. Let me walk you to your car. I see you. I am your senior first and foremost. You should be sitting next to me, shadowing me, if at all you want a job promotion. And you think the day's gonna come and I'm gonna see you walking from phase 1 to phase 2 and offer to carry your freaking laptop back. I mean, that is an arrogance. That is an arrogance. That is a pomp. That somebody is oozing and like Satan who they worship. They are always trying to exalt themselves above people and be like them, take them over. Basically just run. Perfectly viable people with their own minds. Their minds. They've got their own decisions to make. They're autonomous, and then they make a decision. Karabo, autonomy is not autonomy. You're gonna worship me and you're gonna think I'm awesome. Yo, did you get a job out of that spell? No. Did you get a new man? No. Did you get a tender? No. Did you get some kind of undue favor? No. All I got was somebody thinking that I defecate ice cream. That was by far the most shallow witchcraft anybody has ever cast on me. I don't know what has ever since then happened with that ugly witch. But yes, I've had people cast spells on me just to get me to look at them like, oh, you're so great. Yeah. That kind of witchcraft, just like it says that there's nothing that you wouldn't fetch here. If you can try and get a woman to grovel at your feet and carry your laptop bags to the car, honey, then a murder ain't jack. Like, you're so freaking shallow that murder ain't jack. It's clear. Like, the thing about witchcraft is that these people find out about it, and then whatever plethora of things that the human mind can fathom to desire, they then make them true. Karabo hana tabalena, she just walks right by me, uyangizeba, so I'm gonna make her think I'm prettier. I'm gonna make her think I am taller. I'm gonna make her think I'm smarter. I'm gonna make her think I am more ambitious. Oh goodness. I hate them. Like, I freaking despise them. I don't care if they die a violent death. Because they just go and they mind control people to do dumb stuff like that. Like insist on carrying your laptop bag for you. So what then is murder? Of course it's nothing. That's why they've been able to graduate, mature, or deteriorate rather to this. Years down the line. Years down the line, it is no longer just Karabo, love me. Until you don't love yourself. Now it's die because you won't love me. Wait again. I don't care about you. And even though you might be of the imagination that I'm the one here that's dying, bottom line is I belong to a God that finds you similarly displeasing and distasteful. And one day the wrath in my heart that I have for you to a point where your death is absolutely of no essence at all, one day that God is also going to get to that point. Fortunately for you, God is slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, and he takes a very long time to avenge Christians until we get to a point essentially of just hating the crap out of you. But the day gets to a point too where God is also like, me too. I also want nothing to do with them. And I'm waiting with bated breath for that day. I am waiting for the day when God is going to have mercy on the fact that I am in too much pain to continue to watch Lotsegofatso spread herself, continue to freaking draw breath at my uncomfortable expense. I am waiting for the day when God is going to finally be like, Tsegofatso, today is the day. Goodbye. Car accident. Bah. Lights out. I'm waiting for the day when you will finally die. The disquieting thing is, the rapture is not going to happen before a whole bunch of you die. And I'm still sitting around every day waiting to hear the communique of that little stupid woman getting in the casket already. I am just waiting to hear about my cousin's death. I am waiting to hear about my ex's death. I am waiting to hear about that filthy man from MTN, his death, the random idiot from America. I'm waiting for them to die, and it's just taking too damn long. It's taking so long. Because these people have endured me through a lingering despair that I have to go through the next 24 to 48 hours just trudging through. And while I will eventually break out of this, the way that I feel right now, I don't want to feel like this again. And the only way that these feelings of foreboding will stop is if you freaking just drop dead. You have literally got to die. I don't care if everybody respects you. Bottom line is, ha ulisiboto, usiboto, usiboto. Even when you have psycho fans that don't know that you made them lick their toes just like that freak from MTN. That freaky little woman at MTN that tried to make me worship at her feet with me getting drebatong, guys. Yo, ass like a cherry. I not only got dreams of me running after her, I then would also get dreams of her walking around Ili's Bosia scheme with 2 or 3 other girls, and basically carrying the train of her garment, with me just standing there on some, ooh, look at her. She's so adored. Colleagues groveling at her feet while I stand in a distance and salivate after how much she was just such a star. That's the kind of witchcraft that will make you be like, why is it exactly still drawing breath? Like when you're that shallow, What the heck are you doing on earth? Like, you have no meaning. There is no purpose for you. You're merely here to gather dust and then leave, exit. You are like Solomon Grundy. You are born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. That is the life of Solomon Grundy. You are just born to freaking die with nothing else in the middle being of any impetus. There is no purpose other than for you to just steal like your father the devil, kill like your father the devil, and destroy. All you can do is just be a Satan walking around. I mean, when you, as you guys, which I'm sorry, like I freaking hate them. Like, I am sorry. You know, witchcraft is so arrogant. This chick from MTN, pin drop in the ocean. She is a bleep in the radar, a blight that can be removed with bleach. Allow me to communicate stubborn freaking stains of men and the bravado that they freaking wear. Like, do you know Ruth in the Bible? Ruth is this woman that went to the threshing floor of Boaz to evidence to a man that, look, if you love me, I will be your wife. She essentially hinted to him that she is up for marriage grabs if he wants her. The way that these witches are so narcissistic, the way that these men are so narcissistic. Sometimes they don't even shella women. They don't stand up to the occasion and say, hey, will you go on a date with me? They just cast a spell on a woman to make the woman come to. Oh goodness, like, I hate them. Like, I hate them. They cast spells on women to make women come to them. Like, cause a woman innocently going about her business. To one day just start looking at you and smiling and flirting and basically hinting that, look, if you ask me out, I'm totally there for the grabbing. Making women out you look like low-hanging fruit. When this freak manipulated spiritually umfazi to salivate after him until he's like, oh, okay, fine, it's alright, I'll hit that. Like, he's already decided that he wants to have sex with you. He's already decided that ufuna ukujola nawe. And instead of doing the good old-fashioned decent thing, akshele, no, he goes and hits you with, look at me, and then flirt the living daylights out of your life with me until I'm like, oh, okay, you're cute, I'll take it. I don't know how many of these married psychopaths have cast a spell like that on me to make me basically lay myself at their threshing floor and say, if you want, you can grab me, I'm up for, I'm a snack, take it. You can call dibs on me any day, I'm takeable. The guy in America did that to me, and still to this day he's sitting around Stotzela like a freaking zombie in a casket waiting for me to go to the graveside where he is buried and say, look, it's okay, I want you because look, my life sucks. This threshing floor spell that they cast where they try to make you like Ruth going and asking Boaz out, they also tend to accompany it with a lot of sorrow. So they will sow discord between you and your family. They will just, I already spoke about that the other day, they will make your living conditions such that you can do nothing but run to them. I hate them. I don't care if they die a violent death that is slow, burning, and torturous. I said the other day that this is spiritual war and people are gonna die, and so I don't expect them to balengise matsogo. Now they've come and given me a severity of melancholy again, bale bangata. And I don't know how long it's going to take for me to break past this particular severity of demonic attack. But what must be understood is that this is the blow that they've shared. This is the bullet that they've unleashed. This is what they've done. So now it's my turn. Lothoka fella, guys, and this time around, hi Shem. We are not talking weeks. We are talking days. You gotta die. You have to die. There has to be an announcement made in the next week to make me feel a little better about the fact that at least one of these freaks is out the way. I am in too much pain. I have been too afflicted. And I am too despaired and too damn suicidal for this to happen again without me being knocked into the ground. So whoever has done this to me, get your freaking affairs in order, bugger. I'm gonna be the one to read you the wreath at your funeral, because the Lord showed me that you are next. And no, there is nothing you can do about it. You're done for. You are reprobate. You are going to inevitably ignore this prophecy. You're gonna call my bluff, and by the time October is over, you will be dead. The person who has done this to me, this spell, they're dying this week. You are leaving this week. You are going in the ground this week. Siboto. You feel like I, as Karabo Hlongwane, have delayed you. You think that I've disrespected you? You imagine that my ministry is insulting, and so I gotta die? Little crazy nincompoop, understand that I find you similarly freaking disrespectful. I find you steamy and hot, and how ridiculous you are to think that I will one day take whatever you throw in my direction because I have nothing. Comprehend this, you dying nincompoop. To imagine me as something that will ultimately capitulate because you do this to me, all you do is make me hate you more. If you were to ever come into my backyard, I would end you personally. But God does not want blood on my hands, and I also think I might be very uncomfortable in prison because I'm very iffy about my environment. So to spare me from going to jail, God is going to do this all by himself, okay? This is what is meant by vengeance is of the Lord. You are dying. Bugaboo. You and whoever you are watching me with in the little cult that you are involved in, this thing that you've done to me. I'm intensely sorry. I'm not going to feel this again. Lankudra. For me to be this despaired, walk around and carry a banana peel on the floor, matlapi. You're not gonna do it again. You are not going to insist upon my funeral and almost succeed again. This is it. It's over. Listen. Witchcraft and all of this crazy insistence on making people worship. The thing about this is why you gotta die, guy, right? Your witchcraft is not, it doesn't operate in isolation. It taps on the shoulders of everyone in the periphery. Lehlanza everyone else, right? You make people cast petty spells on me, and so bombard me, overwhelm me, because Satan knows that in the life of a Christian, one meager death spell is not enough to tip them over the edge. But if you can get 20 of these psychopaths on one saint, you might very potentially get them to fall over a balcony or something. I keep getting dreams of former friends. Oh, guys. Forcing friendship on me. One girl in particular. Another shallow psychopath, not too divorced from the one from MTN. She used to be my friend. She was a fashion, it is probably still today a fashion designer. Yazile Zinja. Like, Kimolorile recently trying to make me feel like trash for having no one. And make me feel like trash. Like, basically it's yet another spell where a person gains a freaking nothing. They don't get a job, they don't get money out of it, they don't get a new man, nothing.